Hello, welcome into another week here with Blue Sky Live. Chase Parham, Neal, McCready, Clark Ford Studio. A lot of baseball content to get to today. Ole Miss hosting a regional runner-up in the SEC tournament. They know who they are going to play this weekend, starting Friday night at 7 o'clock, and they know who would be next should they move on. The Georgia regional, the next stop for the winner of the Oxford Regional. So all that and more coming up on today's show. Show brought to you every day by Blue Sky locations throughout the state of Mississippi, up and down I-55 throughout North Mississippi as well. You got Sweet Daddy's locations everywhere, or most places, there is a Blue Sky. So they do catering, they do lunch, they do plenty of options no matter how big your party size is. If it's just maybe a work function, maybe it's a family reunion, maybe it's a big corporate event, Sweet Daddy's and Blue Sky can help you. And again, coming to you from the Clark Ford Studio.
We are. Clark Ford is in Amory, Mississippi. 662-257-1900 is the number. Call it. Ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you are looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours, straight to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. You get your quote. The rest is up to you. You can shop that quote around, or you can do what I've done, what I recommend that you do. That's hop into a Clark Ford today. 662-257-1900. Corey and the people at Clark Ford, they want to be your car guy. They want to be your truck guy. They'll prove to you what that means when you make the call. 662-257-1900. Guest join on the Campbell Clinic hotline. From fractures and sports injuries to complex spine and limb conditions, the pediatric orthopedic physicians at Campbell Clinic in Oxford are the only specialized pediatric orthopedic team in North Mississippi providing expert care for growing bodies. Visit campbellclinicoxford.com to schedule an appointment or call 901-759-3111.
Reading from the stream a little bit, it's getting incorporated in a lot more sports, but no, the script M is not the new baseball logo. I did see they've used it. The SEC used it most of the weekend on a lot of stuff. However, it was on a bunch of graphics and different things. Men's golf had it on a lot of their stuff last night too, out in California. Saw it was on the middle of Sasso's hat. It was on somebody else's. It was wearing a flat bill. Malloy was just wearing a camo Ole Miss baseball cap with the block M on it. But I saw they were wearing a lot of camo for Memorial Day yesterday. That's right. Or maybe they're going to war. Maybe they'll wear it again today. I don't know. We'll see as they get going this morning. I'm not making a Memorial Day joke. Sorry. Just people get a little sensitive sometimes. I apologize.
People definitely get sensitive.
So
truer words have never been spoken.
Got a lot of stuff to get to. I do want to mention that, though. I know most people don't necessarily care. I was really, really happy for Chris Malloy and the Ole Miss golf team last night. I've followed them for a really long time, and it was kind of a defining moment for this build that he's been on for a while. I wrote a profile at rebelgrove.com last year on them. I embedded at Mossy Oak, got to know Michael Lasasso a little bit. And he won in the individual national championship yesterday, finishing 11 under for the 4 days, beating Kid from A&M by 2 shots to close it out and help guide Ole Miss into the final 8. They advanced to the match play portion, basically the Elite 8 of college golf. That starts this morning. I'll get to that in a second. But just really happy for Michael, for Chris. Ole Miss's second ever individual champion. Obviously, Braden Thornberry won in 2017. So now Lasasso has followed that up, and with it, U.S. Open invite, probably a Masters invite. Now he has to remain an amateur to get those. He could turn pro, start making money, but he would lose the ability to go to those 2 tournaments as an amateur because of the status for winning this tournament. He also has a sponsor's invite into the Rocket Mortgage Classic in July. It's a PGA Tour event. I think it's in Michigan. If I have that right, it's in Michigan or Minnesota. It's one of them. Maybe it's Minnesota. Whatever, it doesn't matter. He's in that, so big
Matters
night for
to
him.
People in Minnesota.
It does. Wherever that is, that matters. So big day for Lasasso. Again, pulls it out. Big day for Chris's program. They tee off this morning between 9:40 and 10:20 against Arizona State in the NCAA quarterfinal. Ole Miss was ranked number 3 in the country coming into the event. Arizona State number 5. Arizona State did win the stroke play portion of the tournament, but that doesn't matter. It's just a 1v8, 2v7 thing, normal bracket for Elite 8 at this point. If you're going to watch one, I think coverage starts at 12. Really heavyweight match between the 2 1 seeds, between the 2 1 players for each team. Preston Summerhays, his uncle is Daniel Summerhays, who played on the PGA Tour for a long time, and then against Lasasso there. both top 10, 15 amateurs in the world in the closeout match for those two teams. I think the winner plays the winner of Oklahoma State, who are meeting up in a quarterfinal. As well, there is an SEC team in every quarterfinal. I know we're all shocked by that, too, as we're moving forward with the news of the day as we go through the different sports. Florida, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and number one overall and defending champion Auburn, the four teams that are moving on to
I won't name names or sites or networks, but there's a person in our genre of journalism who traveled to California to cover this event on his own dime.
Really?
Because he, quote, loves fill in the blank so much, end quote.
Is this true?
Absolutely. Had this conversation with another media member that you know. We were discussing how.
Really?
Yes. We were just.
So he went to Calabasas?
Wherever that tournament.
Yes, to Calabasas.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
On
his own dime for a week or however long.
That's expensive.
Oh my God.
That ain't cheap.
No. And that's not exactly the cheap part of California, Calabasas.
Not typically. That's not Fresno.
No.
No, I didn't know that.
It's not Fresno. Truer words.
Yeah, look, I'd love to have seen it, but there wasn't 1 second of, hey, we're going to head on out and take it in. I mean.
Oh, shoot.
I think, nothing against Braden, and he's found a little bit of a breakthrough this year, but I think Lasasso has a higher ceiling. He's a really complete golfer. He's damn good. He was just okay as a freshman at North Carolina State. He's from Raleigh. He wanted to come to an SEC school. He was playing in an event with Cameron Tankersley, the Ole Miss Rebel, December of 23. They just got to talking. Lasasso asked Tankersley if there was a spot on the team for him, and there was. And thus, here he is. So, wow. Oh, that makes sense. That's who it was. Okay.
I'm not saying anything,
but it's in the stream, I believe. So, maybe not. Right. All right. Okay. Yeah, Jackson Super has done well too. So anyway, that's enough golf. But anyway, yes, it comes on at 12 o'clock today. I think.
As a rule, if you win the national championship, you're really good.
As a rule.
Right. Observation.
He had to beat some decent players on the way to the title yesterday.
You probably were on top of your game, and you're really good at the same time.
He had a little bit of adrenaline there late because he had to two-putt. I will say this, and we'll get. I know more people are concerned with baseball, and we'll talk about softball for a minute too. But I enjoy the mental part of golf and like strategy, and he's coming. So he's on, and I doubt you watched this, so I'll catch you up a little bit here.
I didn't watch it, but
okay.
I actually hit some golf balls recently and really enjoyed just the mental part of the relaxation of hitting a golf ball.
That's real now. There's a meditative state to that.
If there was a place where I could just join a driving range,
just hit. Yeah,
I think I would join a driving range.
So he comes to the 18th. He's paired with Luke Clanton, who's the number one amateur in the world, plays for Florida State.
Okay.
Florida State is the team trying to catch Ole Miss here on this for the 8th spot to advance to match play. Okay.
Yep.
So he has a two-shot individual lead over an A&M kid who's already finished his round. So he can bogey and still win the title without any problem whatsoever. Got it?
Okay.
If Clanton makes a birdie and Lasasso makes a bogey, Florida State ties Ole Miss as a team, and we would have a tiebreaker, a playoff for the final spot. Okay. So what he needs to do for the team is different than what he needs to do for the individual. Gotcha. And I find it interesting playing the final hole with, hey, I could just go be real conservative and win the national title, but that potentially keeps my team from having the chance to win a national title if I do that. And he hits the green in 2. Clanton just misses about a 30-foot putt that hit a really, really good putt. So Lasasso can 2-putt to advance Ole Miss and win the title. And he had some adrenaline going because he hit it way too hard, and it hit the cup and just kind of rolled about 3 feet off. Had he missed the cup, he'd had a damn 8-footer coming back the other way to advance Ole Miss at that point. Because I think my guess is he had a little bit of juices flowing and just kind of hit it on the heartbeat a little bit, and it got going. So, Neal does enjoy Topgolf.
I actually love Topgolf. I'm glad that I don't live someplace where I'm right next to a Topgolf because I would probably go frequently.
The script M is growing on me. The more I see it, it's growing on me.
Okay.
I'm reading from the stream.
Oh, okay. I don't typically notice a lot of that stuff, but I like
as much of a uniform guy as you are, you don't have much of an opinion on this.
No, I really don't. I like it. It's fine.
It's literally the M from Ole Miss. Like people go, "Hey, you're getting," it's like it's the script.
Yeah.
It is the M from the script.
Yeah.
It's more distinctive than the block M.
Yeah.
Don't yell at me.
No, it is. I'm used to the block M, so it's just kind of what I'm used to.
And you'll only find the block M on baseball caps. That's the only place Ole Miss uses it.
Yeah.
Softball has converted almost exclusively to the script M.
Yeah.
I think everybody has now, except football and baseball. And baseball has a cap. They just don't wear it.
Doesn't basketball have the script M ones? Yeah.
It's on the powder, or it was on the powder for sure. So, yeah. We have wide ranges here on the podcast. The topics, Kyle, $4.99, or the price doesn't matter. Thanks for the super chat. Sorry about that. Says thoughts on the Diddy trial. I guess Court TV now is headed that way for a minute. No, we're still doing the Karen Reed over here.
Karen Reed.
Day 21 of testimony this morning.
I think the prosecution's about to rest.
Oh, we're just now at that?
Yeah.
How long is this thing going?
The last one was 6 weeks.
So the defense will go a couple weeks too.
Be my guess.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely going to bring on the reconstruction people.
All right. They're saying script M on the side of the basketball pants. All right. Got it. Do you have a trial opinion before I move on?
On Diddy?
Yeah, that's correct.
I don't.
Well, we haven't seen it yet. They haven't really fully converted on Court TV.
It's in a federal court, so you can't put it.
Oh.
So you have to really rely on the reporting.
Court TV getting shut out here.
Yeah.
Losing ad sales for their
there's no doubt about
whatever
that.
the 10 a.m. thing is that they're selling.
I'm sure they would love for that thing to be all the celebrities and stuff that are involved in that. Yeah, they would love to put.
They put all the cameras on that bad boy.
I'm not sure everybody wouldn't do that. CNN, Fox, everybody.
I don't know.
Everybody's trying to make a buck.
That's a good question. I do not know who Ole Miss is going to throw on Friday. I think this is a game where you at least have to we'll jump there and we'll get into it.
I think they throw Hunter Elliott.
Georgia Tech, I looked their splits up. I did not look Murray State splits up. I don't really care. I looked up Georgia Tech. They are a little worse against left-handers, but it wasn't enough of a difference that was glaring to make you jump out of your skin by any stretch of the imagination. I know a lot of you guys want them to hold Hunter. I saw the response on the internets yesterday when I said I think they should throw Hunter against Murray State. Number one, Murray State can hit. This Murray State, Western Kentucky, Georgia Tech, and the Ole Miss Regional. Murray State can really hit. They don't drive the ball to the ballpark, but they move it quite well. And I think that Hunter could shut them down for 7 innings. You don't have to waste bullpen arms. You just outscore them. You save McCausland and Spencer and Morris in a perfect world, and you move on to Saturday, giving Riley a ton of reinforcements for Georgia Tech. The reason why you would at least consider holding him is that Murray State does not have an ace. Their number one pitcher is a right-hander that's 87, 89. Stats are very mediocre. They weren't dominant in the Missouri Valley, I believe. Is that correct?
Right.
They were not dominant in the Missouri Valley. They just won the conference tournament. No, in no world do you throw Cade Townsend. Not a chance in hell. No offense, guys, but no. You don't do that.
I would throw Elliott. I would hope that I could win big.
Try to go beat them 10-2 and then move on with your day.
And, I'd save my bullpen. No, I'd throw some of those guys that pitched in Hoover. I would let them pitch in relief with a big lead.
Mm-hmm.
And I would save my trusted high-level arms for Saturday. And if you beat Georgia Tech, presumably, on Saturday,
they're going to have no pitching by the time they get back to you.
You're going to win the regional.
You are.
And so you win those 2 games. You screw around and get cute, and you accidentally lose on Friday, and now you're spending a lot of energy climbing out. And I don't know, even if Mason Nichols is healthy and ready to go, I don't know that you have enough. You'd be playing with fire on Monday night.
What you're guarding against is that the stats bear out that Hunter Elliott is going to give you a quality start and he's going to get semi to deep into a game, one or the other. Riley could absolutely go give you 7 innings. He was great against, who did he throw against? Arkansas on Friday. But he's also had outings where he's been pulled at 3.1. And the last thing you want to do is get into a game where you're tied 3-3 with Murray State in the damn third, and you got to go get Riley, and then you're throwing Maddox and Spencer, and you got a situation now.
Yep.
And you got problems on who. And once those other guys come in after Elliott, they can't throw on Sunday, and then it's just a mess for a minute. And go, just avoid the mess.
Yep.
That's what I would do.
The way Hunter's been pitching lately, you probably can count on 6 from him. And at the end of 6, you should have a big lead. And if you do, I think you saw in Hoover, especially on Saturday and Sunday, that you do have some other arms that you can go to that I think you can count on if it's not super high pressure. Yeah. So you go to those guys.
You'd love for Hudson Calhoun to get an inning or two and let him chunk it and see what happens.
Sure.
And again, this is not negative. I'm not being a jerk, but Cade has not been consistently reliable. You just can't do that. He was great in Hoover.
He was.
The park helped him a little bit. He didn't walk anybody, so that's what he had to do. That was number one, and he did that. But there were several balls hit that in a smaller park would have been a problem. Just like if they were playing in Swayze, Luke Hill's ball is probably out of the yard against Vanderbilt on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It works both ways.
Sure.
So my hunch is they are going to throw Hunter Elliott on Friday. I do not know that. It is not sourced in any capacity. Neal mentioned it after tons of further review because it was incredibly difficult to figure it out. He did say that he expects Nichols and Moorman to play on Friday, or I guess Moorman to play on Friday and then Nichols to play whenever they decide to pitch him. I don't know. We had something that got way too carried away on whether he said were or weren't yesterday. It was really strange. And you couldn't tell. I listened to the damn thing like 25 times. And
I still think he said were.
I'll be honest. When I left, and this is something that I've been doing it long enough, I was able to do that. I don't even know that I heard his words. I was reading his body language. And I just knew the way he was talking, he was saying they were going to be okay. And then I got done, and I think it was Kat sent me a text. He goes, "Hey, did he say were or weren't?" And I was like, I just assumed he said that, but I don't know. And I listened 10 times and went, I don't know. It kind of like cut out and then came back in. And I sent him a text last night, and he said he expects them to play in some capacity. So there's that.
Yes.
So anyway, the news is
I finally had to tell a couple people that I didn't care. The Thunder had just started. Leave me alone.
Mike said rehab is going well, and I expect them both to play this weekend, quote unquote. As of 6:45 last night, something like that.
Fair enough.
We'll take his word for it. Yeah, Western Kentucky can hit. They have 46 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Tech will have to throw their main guy or whatever they got and handle that.
Tech's good. You're in the tournament. Most everybody in the tournament is in the tournament because they won games.
Tech's look, they've got a series win over Duke. They won 19 ACC games, even though they had a pillow soft schedule relative to other ACC teams. They didn't play NC State. They didn't play NC State, Florida State, or North Carolina. They lost series to Clemson and Virginia. They beat Duke. You play Moorman in the outfield if he's healthy. If he's healthy, you play him.
Mm-hmm.
That's Hayden filled in admirably. Thought he had a decent weekend, but you're playing Moorman if it gets to that. Dance
with the girl that brung you.
Playing your guys. Don't be cute now. Not the time for. Hey, what if? No, now's not the time for what if.
Nope.
That was down the road.
I always thought that was an interesting phrase, dance with the girl that brung you. Because usually it's kind of the opposite way. It's usually the guy asks the girl out to the dance.
Instead of that I brought or you brought. It's that brung you.
Yeah.
What is the dance where the girl invites? Is Sadie Hawkins? Isn't the Sadie Hawkins dance
I didn't get invited to a lot of those dances. I don't know.
I think that's right.
I never went to the prom. I'm the wrong guy to ask.
When we discovered those videos of Jeffrey playing the guitar in Europe when he was at Pepperdine, those made the day back. One of the songs referred to Sadie Hawkins' dance in the songs he was playing on the guitar.
How about that?
For some reason, I think I'm right on that, but I never went to a Sadie Hawkins dance either, so I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Andre, thanks for super chat. Thoughts on the McRib with cheese? I'm a fan. A lot of variety here, guys. I haven't had a McRib in 20 years, is a guess. I'm grossed out by them putting the artificial flame lines on the piece of protein where it's supposed to look like a rib, but it's one continuous piece of meat.
I don't think I've had anything other than a cup of coffee from McDonald's in 20 years.
I mean, I've said this is my least favorite fast food. I know, blasphemy for some.
I mean, I'm fairly confident that other than a cup of coffee, I've never had anything from McDonald's in 2 decades. I mean, just I try to avoid fast food pretty religiously.
It was funny in the moment, but I really don't blame Tech. They thought they should be hosting. Like, you don't have to show a ton of excitement just because the ESPN camera is on you. Frankly, I'd have told ESPN to buzz off. We're not going to do the camera thing today.
Yeah.
We're good. I mean, they sat there and went, we should be hosting and said we're headed to an SEC school. No, I'm not thrilled by this.
No, they're
this
pissed.
Is not the. I mean,
they're pissed.
They weren't going to go, woo!
I'm not saying that their anger is justified or not, but they're pissed off. Okay. You don't have to pretend to be excited. I mean, I suspect they'll show up with a chip on their shoulder.
Sorry. Oh, God. I'm still in the egg breaking phase a little bit right now. That's fine. I did that on purpose. I called it a piece of protein, not a piece of meat. I don't know what the hell that thing is made out of. That is where we are here.
I would wonder if it's actually protein.
Oh, maybe not.
I don't know.
Okay. I will say that, and it's a good point. Everybody goes, oh, it's such a tough regional. You don't play Tech and Western at the same time.
That'd be interesting.
You want Tech to have a difficult 3. If you have a really good 2, you want a really tough 3 too to make them work. The worst thing in the world is to have some piece of crap 3 with Tech as your 2 where they go, oh, whatever.
So they get a free shot.
Yeah, no. You want if you have a good 2, you want a good 3.
Yeah.
Again, you don't play on both. If you go 2-0, you don't really give a crap which one comes back to you.
No.
Just play one of them.
You're going to play the end of their pitching staff.
Yes. It's all right. It's okay. Want to get into some betting lines? We'll go through those a little bit as a way to talk about the different regionals. Before we do that, I'll tell you the Ole Miss Athletics Foundation is running the Points in the SIP campaign until the end of the month, which is coming up soon. Qualifying donations of at least $5,000 made to the Vault Society will be included in the bonus point program for 2 or 3 times the usual amount. If you want to get your priority points up, now's the perfect time. Call the foundation at 662-915-7159 to learn more. That's 662-915-7159 or give2athletics.com.
We're brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. Kind of catching a little bit of a reprieve from the summer right now, but the heat is on its way. Looks like it's getting started next week. So if you are having any issues with that AC, now's the time to get it all checked out, get it all ready to go. It's the same great people, products, and services, just different names. If you live in Oxford, Batesville, Tupelo, that area, call our friends at Comer, 662-801-1777. If you live in Memphis, South Haven, Hernando, those areas, get in touch with our friends at Southern, 662-429-4429. Looking for the perfect place to rent luxuriously in Oxford? Discover the Bell at the Lamar, Oxford's brand new apartments just 1 mile from the square. Live in the heart of it all with spacious 2 bedrooms starting at just $2,100, 3 bedrooms for $2,400. Each unit features modern finishes, beautiful interior doors, and quartz countertops, perfect for parents, students, or anyone wanting to enjoy the university, ball games, and everything Oxford has to offer. They're going fast, so don't miss your chance to call the Bell at the Lamar home. Call them today at 662-550-0467 or visit the Bell, that's BELLE, Oxford.com to schedule your tour. The Oxford Park Commission is set to open registration for the 2025 fall youth sports season. That includes soccer, flag football, baseball, softball, volleyball, and cheerleading. Participants are able to play in multiple sports without missing any games. Registration will run through July the 6th for all sports. Sign up at oxfordparkcommission.com. Brought to you by Window Hero, window cleaning, pressure washing, gutter cleaning, gutter guards, everything in between. Window Hero has the experience, equipment, and expertise to make your property look and feel brand new. If you're in North Mississippi, let Window Hero Make your home or business's exterior look amazing. Their experts are fully bonded and insured. Window Hero provides specialized equipment, exclusive cleaning solutions, a satisfaction guarantee, and they can clean up to 4 stories on buildings. If you're in North Mississippi, call Window Hero at 662-510-7077 to get an estimate. Learn more at windowhero.com. Oxford locals, Ole Miss families, if you need dry cleaning or laundry done right, Lapels Dry Cleaning has you covered, proudly serving the Oxford community since 2016. Lapels takes care of everything from suits and formal dresses to comforters and everyday laundry. Even better, they offer free pickup and delivery to make life easier. Just call 662-638-3149 to be added to their pickup and delivery route, or visit them at 3010 Old Taylor Road, right across the street from the Mark Condominiums. Mention Rebel Grove. You get 50% off your first order. Trust Lapels to keep you looking your best.
So it says that the McRib is a patty of seasoned boneless pork shoulder, which is then ground and formed to resemble a rack of ribs served on a homestyle bun with barbecue sauce, sliced onions, and dill pickles. It's important to note that while the McRib is named for its rib-like appearance, it does not contain actual rib meat. It's a patty, again, made of pork shoulder that is then ground and flavored with seasonings, water, dextrose, and preservatives.
Sounds healthy. Why not call it the Mac shoulder?
I mean, that's more real than I was anticipating. You ever seen the glob of protein that all the chicken nuggets are made out of? Like the big Jill thing?
Don't really like to think about that.
Okay. Jace has always said the McRib was seasonal because prices were lower. I always thought they took it away just because it created demand, that if it's there all the time, nobody wanted it. But when you take it away, for some reason, everybody was obsessed when he came back, which might say something more about the viewing public than anything else. But nonetheless.
I wasn't going to say, but
I don't hate Sonic. That is the one that if I wanted to completely eat unhealthy for a day, I don't mind Sonic at all. Maybe it's because I grew up on it. That's what we had in Amory for a while, but don't hate the Sonic.
No, Sonic's. I can't remember the last time I had it, but sure.
It's fine. If you want to bet on some College World Series winners, which I recommend you not because that feels like fool's gold a little bit because the odds are never good enough to do that. But you can if you'd like. The Arkansas Razorbacks are the favorite. They are plus 470.
To win the national championship?
That is correct.
They're not winning the national championship.
Well, and 470 ain't good enough odds either. Like, good God. That's only 4-1, basically. Are you kidding?
I mean, I know someone's going to win it, but like
pay 100 to win 470 to bet on Arkansas today?
No.
LSU 600?
I don't think they're winning it either.
Vanderbilt 650?
They could win it.
And at 650, you're giving me $200 more on my 100 to vote for Vanderbilt than Arkansas?
Yeah. I get a big park and that pitching staff.
I'm good. I'll take my chances.
I'll take my shot.
North Carolina 1,000.
I don't know anything about them.
Texas 1,000.
Nope.
Tennessee 1,200.
I don't think so.
Georgia 1,200.
To win the whole thing, I don't think so because they
don't pitch it enough.
They're so hitter reliant that some of the balls they hit out
the park's not
going to get out in Omaha.
Auburn 1,900.
No, but my God, they got a clean draw.
They're overseeded. Good God, they're overseeded.
Someone loves the Tigers. Goodness gracious.
I mean, Cohen spent a lot of time on the committee.
He did.
Oregon 2,100.
I don't know anything about them.
Florida State 2,900. Coastal 31. Clemson 31. Florida 37. Ole Miss 37. TCU 39. And then on down the list.
I don't hate the Ole Miss number there.
I mean, for that amount, whatever.
If I'm being honest.
I don't see anybody else down the list that would.
I mean, someone's got to win it, and I'm not madly in love with
Oregon
any team.
State all the way at 4,000, even being a top 8.
Yeah, I know.
You're like,
Nah, they're not winning it.
I'm out.
I mean, if they're the 8, they're going to get Vanderbilt in the first game, and they're going to lose.
Oh, there's that. All right, to win the Conway Regional in Coastal Carolina. This is it. We're going to go down each regional.
I had it all done on my thing, and I deleted by accident.
Oh, that's not good.
It was not good.
That sucks.
I was like, whatever. It was 5:15 in the morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Oh. How'd you get up?
About 4:30.
Why?
I woke up wired.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you go to bed early?
No?
Is it all from the Thunder win last night? You're all juiced?
I don't think so. I mean, I was pretty juiced last night.
Okay.
A lot of emotion.
3-1 now, right?
And Carson and I are pretty much convinced now that we are impacting the games. So we're
All right, when you get to that place, it is what it is.
It's not good. Because I called him on Saturday night. I was in Hoover. I was actually in Birmingham. I went and stayed in Homewood. And I called him as the game was deteriorating. And I'm like, "Are you wearing your jersey?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "Are you wearing your jersey?" And I was like, "Nope."
Y'all blamed each other for the loss?
Well, we accepted blame collectively. And then he goes, and you'll like this part. He goes, "By chance, what'd the Cubs do today?" And I said, "Lost." And then last night, he goes, "Cubs playing the night." I said, "They've already won." He goes, "We're winning." And I was like, "Boy, we're getting dangerous right here." You start believing it. It's not good. Not good at all. Not a healthy place.
We are getting into a tough place, okay? Just telling you.
Getting into a weird place. But yeah, I was pretty juiced when the game ended. It was a close game.
Okay.
So, but no, I went to sleep and I just woke up. I had stuff to do and I wanted to get my run in before the podcast, and
it might rain this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go as soon as I get done with this. I want to watch golf. Got some stuff. So, all right, Conway Regional. That's Coastal Carolina. Who I'm gonna give him a little credit. They're better than I thought they were. I was kind of doing a little bit of a dive on them a little bit. They have 2 legitimate arms. They've got a pro prospect as a catcher. They're okay.
Okay.
They're not bad.
All right.
Neal doesn't care. He's not impressed.
I don't know anything about them. I have watched the SEC teams.
I was really hopeful that Richard would either get Oxford or Hattiesburg. He's being shipped to Conway to call the Coastal Carolina Regional this weekend. Everything I'm hearing is that Ole Miss has a very dud crew. So if you're watching on TV, just giving you a heads up in advance that you're going to bitch about it. So just
they don't have 16 good crews.
Well,
I mean, they don't.
No,
they don't.
Well, it's just interesting to me that all the places why people somewhat raise money, and you have one of your people in town, and you don't even send them to Hattiesburg. You go, hey, go get on a plane and go to Conway.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, Coastal Carolina is minus 125, meaning you got to pay 125 to win 100 on the Chanticleers, on the chickens at home. Florida is plus 115, so you're basically getting even money on the Gators there. They'll give you a little bit of juice. You get 115 on your 100 for Florida. And then if you'd like to just throw the Flyers of all Flyers, East Carolina is plus 1,100 and Fairfield is plus 3,000. Congrats to Cliff Godwin. He had a really bad, frankly, relative to East Carolina regular season. They were right at 500 in the American, but they won the tournament.
Yep.
He is in. They beat Tulane in the final. Tulane gets a lot of mileage out of the conference tournament. They're never any good in the regular season, but they have had a history of running through that tournament a little bit. So East Carolina in as the 3. I like Florida to advance out of the regional, though.
I do too.
As I'm saying all that good stuff about Coastal Carolina,
chomp.
Yeah, I think Florida is going to find a way to the next round there.
I saw Florida on Wednesday night against Ole Miss. I know they lost, but they're still they're going to win that regional.
You think so?
Yep.
The winner of that regional will face the winner of the Auburn-Alabama regional. That is Auburn at minus 260. Big favorite for the Tigers here at home.
It should be. They were given a win.
So 2.5 to 1. They face the Central Connecticut Blue Devils in the first round. I think, is that the MAC? Is that the MEAC champion or the MAC champion, the MAAC champion?
Sure.
All right. You have no idea. North Carolina State and Stetson round out that regional. North Carolina State plus 320. Stetson plus 650. I like Auburn to win the regional.
Yes.
Congrats to Butch. Think they're moving on.
They kind of got a gift.
They got a gift.
Yeah.
You believe that Florida is going to Omaha? It's early.
So who would Florida be matched up with?
Auburn.
Yeah, I might bet on the Gators.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, Gators do love chicken.
There's that.
It's kind of graphic on a baseball field, but
oh yeah, because we'll see where they throw the whole chickens into them on the shows and stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Everybody generally likes chicken, though.
The Oxford Regional, Ole Miss is even money to win, 105 to 100, so really nothing there from a juice standpoint. Georgia Tech, plus 150. That's a very, very well-seeded 2 there from a money standpoint.
Yeah, sure.
150 on Tech Western Kentucky plus 470 and Murray State plus 1,400 on this. I think Ole Miss is winning the regional.
Yes, I do too.
But I get it. ACC champion, TAC 150.
Think it goes to Monday or stop Sunday?
If it goes to Monday, I kind of wonder what all the pitching looks like.
I think Ole Miss wins it on Sunday.
If it goes to Monday, is Hunter Elliott going to throw a ball on Monday?
Depends on how many balls he throws on Friday. Okay. If you are thinking about bringing Hunter back on Monday,
he has to throw on Friday.
He has to pitch on Friday, not Saturday.
Yeah, just asking. That is matched with the Athens, Georgia regional. Georgia got the number 7 overall national seed. Ole Miss got the 10. In the range we thought, 10 to 12 kind of going into the day.
Interesting that Ole Miss thought, and turns out they were probably right.
Had they won,
they were going against Vanderbilt, that they may have gotten the 8.
Yeah, I wrote this on Saturday night. Had Ole Miss beaten Vanderbilt, again, hypothetically, their resume with 20 whatever SEC wins and the RPI they would have ended up with had they won, which would have been 8. 47 of 51 SEC teams were national seeds since 2002. Now, 2016 Ole Miss was one of the ones it wasn't. But yes, 47 of 51 would have gotten a top 8 in the past with those metrics that Ole Miss would have had with a win over Vanderbilt on Sunday at that point. The chairman, J.R. Teagues, the AD from Southeastern, mentioned that yesterday. He did. Southeastern?
Southeastern Louisiana,
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He was pretty transparent about it.
He's all right. I thought the committee, from a team inclusion standpoint, did a good job. Now they warped the national seeds, but from an inclusion standpoint, turns out Kentucky wasn't just in, but in handed. Like there wasn't even a question.
It's probably harder than we think it is to sit in the room and seed it with all the seeding rules and stuff.
Yeah, there are rules. You can't just simply put the bracket together.
It's probably more difficult than we think it is.
Georgia's minus 310, so you got to go 3-1 on your odds, or 1-3 on your odds. If you'd like Georgia, you get Duke at plus 310, so they give you 300 the other way. If you want to bet 100 for 300 on Duke, I don't hate that.
I don't hate the Duke flyer.
If Duke wins and Ole Miss wins, the Super Regional will be at Swayze next weekend.
If Duke won, yes.
If Duke or Oklahoma State win the regional,
anyone other than Georgia wins that regional, and Ole
if
Miss
Binghamton wins the regional, we got a story. But
that would be
Duke and Oklahoma State are the 2 and the 3. Duke plus 310, Oklahoma State plus 1,000. So not a lot of Vegas heat on the Cowboys there to come out of Athens.
They're
Josh Holliday's team.
They're not as good as they've been the last few years.
I don't hate a Duke flyer. I think Georgia probably wins, but don't hate that. I'd be okay.
So out of that 8-team grouping, who are we betting on to get to Omaha? I think I know who I'm betting on.
I mean, it's Ole Miss or Georgia. An Ole Miss Georgia Super Regional would be really fun over there because there'd be a lot of home runs at Foley Field. I mean, you would just be bashing the ball out of that place.
Ole Miss pitches it better than Georgia does. Georgia hits it better than Ole Miss does.
Statistically, Ole Miss has hit it better than Georgia in league play.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd probably bet on Ole Miss.
Vandy ran through Georgia a few weeks ago over there.
Yeah.
They have been susceptible at home a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're good. Wes Johnson's done a really good job. But, yeah. Chapel Hill, North Carolina got the number 5 overall seed. Oklahoma is their 2. North Carolina minus 350. Oklahoma plus 390. Nebraska, the Big Ten tournament champions, are the 3 seed. Plus 900. I get Nebraska as a pretty good 3, but
I know what I would do.
I am selling out and going,
yep.
We're going to one way or another, we're handing Witherspoon the ball later. He ain't grabbing it today.
That's what I'd do. Now, they probably won't do it, but it's what I would do. Because I'm going to tell you
Jeffrey talks about this. There's a rule where what you should do is probably what the opponent doesn't want you to do. And I can guarantee you that North Carolina and Scott Forbes are not going into Friday going, hey, I hope they hold Witherspoon on Friday.
No. They're wanting him to pitch Friday against Nebraska a lot.
No, I sell out. I'll take my chances. We'll see what Nebraska's not that good. Go win a baseball game.
Well, and
go win a baseball game.
When you put him on the field,
it gets even fast.
You can win. I mean, look what he did to Ole Miss. He did that to a bunch of people.
He's good.
He's legit.
He was damn good against Georgia in Hoover.
Yeah.
Before the Ole Miss game.
Really good. Yeah, remember we were very appreciative of him that night.
Oh, it's rolling. Yeah, we haven't had a pod except with with Jeffrey the next day. That back half of the schedule on Wednesday went 246, 243. That was rolling.
While I'm expressing appreciation, I would like to express my appreciation to everyone who pitched in the Ole Miss LSU game on Saturday. Thank you to all of you. My hat is tipped. Mr. Shores, I enjoyed watching you quite a bit, and you moved very quickly, and I'm appreciative. Thank you, sir.
And on Sunday, because we were able to at least get most of the way prior to what was a hell of a thunderstorm for about 10 minutes on 78 or 22 or whatever the hell we're calling that now on Sunday. It was real for a minute.
I was growing concerned in the Ole Miss ninth that they were going to tie it.
And then we get stuck.
I was like, look, either win it or lose it. Don't tie it.
I was pretty close to pulling off the road for a minute on Sunday.
Yeah.
Just for a second. I thought about going, I don't know.
I needed to get back, though.
Yeah, you had stuff going
We'd
on.
had a house full of people, and nerves were frayed, and I needed to come home and clean floors.
Andre, crazy, but what if all the SEC teams win the regional? Would that be national news? Seemed like it'd be a rinse and repeat from basketball. Well, I mean, if you went 13-0, yes, that would be considerable national news. But there's not many where I go, now they're out. I mean,
no.
There's a path.
I probably would not pick Oklahoma.
Oh, I would. North Carolina's good.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying Whole Witherspoon, it's your only chance. Yeah. You're not going to go head-to-head with them for 3 days. Yeah, I'm still calling it 78. I haven't flipped over to 22 yet. Said the Cardinals have played a 149 game the other day.
Oh, wow.
North Carolina is matched up with Eugene, Oregon regional this weekend.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me find that regional down here. Eugene, Oregon. The Ducks are minus 210, so not a big favorite here. 2-1 favorite for Oregon. Arizona plus 280. The Wildcats ended up winning the Big 12 tournament. There are no hosts out of the Big 12 this year. They got none.
Wow.
TCU ended up at 2. Arizona's a 2. They had RPI problems. Like all the teams that could have were in the 20s, except for TCU.
It's almost like the SEC is dominating the sport.
Southern Miss took the host from TCU and Tech.
Yep.
Got the last one. They didn't get a draw. That was very handy, though. Get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But that didn't work out. Cal Poly, the 3. Actually, not a bad 3 there from the West Coast. And Utah Valley. I'll give you credit if you can name Utah Valley's mascot here this morning.
The Scorpions.
Had you given me 4 choices on like multiple choice, this would have been the one I eliminated first because I went, no way.
Okay.
They're the Wolverines. Didn't have that at all.
I guess that makes sense. They're probably Wolverines in the Utah Valley.
Scorpions makes more sense.
I would think. I don't know.
Arizona's dangerous in this regional. Arizona's battle tested. They're pretty good. I know they went 0-3, but I watched them those 3 days in Arlington the first of the year. They've got the best player in the Summerhill, the best player in the region. They're good.
Okay.
I like North Carolina to come out. And now if Oklahoma gets in a super, you get to hand in the ball again.
Oh, no doubt.
It gets kind of real. We'll go ahead and look at that side that I just mentioned a second ago. The Vanderbilt Regional is matched up with the Hattiesburg Regional, and that's a 116 situation there for them. Nashville, Vanderbilt's a minus 270. It should be higher than that.
Yeah,
that's way too low.
They're going to win their regional.
Louisville is the 2. Dan, I love you, but that doesn't feel right at all.
No.
They got East Tennessee State as their 3. Not even the 4, but the 3.
I don't have a problem with this, though. They're the 1 RPI.
Plus 550, and then they did get maybe the toughest 4 seed.
Because they have a good
Wright
pitcher.
State's good.
Okay.
Wright State's just straight team. Wright State's good.
All right.
Ole Miss played them in a series earlier this year.
Okay.
They're good. They almost ended up with the top 100 RPI. There aren't a lot of 4s in this group that have like the Chris Sale kind of arm where you go, oh, shit, that's a problem. Like that doesn't – it's almost like the portal took those kids from – those teams and they ended up somewhere else.
I think you're going to see that reflected in the tournament.
That the better players are just at bigger schools.
Yeah, there won't be the 4 beating the 1 because some kid went out and just shoved for 7 innings. That kid shoved before and now he got bought.
Yeah. He got paid $400,000 to go pitch for Alabama now.
Now he's pitching for an SEC team.
Southern Miss is only a minus 105, so even money kind of right there with Ole Miss in this regional because again, no favors. They got Alabama as their 2 seed, a team that has a top 15 RPI. I think 14 there in that one. And then Miami, the 3. Miami was not bad in the ACC this year. So Southern Miss, Alabama, Miami. Miami at 4-10. If you're going to grab a 4, is not the dumbest 3. I mean, if you're going to grab a 3 seed, it's not the dumbest 3 to grab. Right there. I like Alabama here.
The one thing Southern Miss has is
you have to hold Middleton, right?
Southern Miss?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have the best pitcher now. I mean, Middleton's a bitch.
No, he's got to pitch Saturday.
You have to hold him and see what happens.
Yeah.
You got to beat Columbia without him. Okay, go beat Columbia.
Yeah, because if you can't beat Columbia with your 2, you're not winning the damn regional anyway.
You weren't beating Bama with your 2.
No, but I like Bama to win the regional. They're good.
They are good.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're going to be deeper. They're going to get it to Monday, and then they'll win Monday.
Think so?
Yeah.
Bama's going to win on Monday?
Yeah.
Okay. That's where you're at?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm picking. I watched Bama a lot this year. They're good.
Okay. I'll go over the rest of them in a second, starting with Vanderbilt. But first, tell you about the Declaration of Independence Center for the Study of American Freedom. It's located at the Ole Miss campus, and they aim to explore and examine the fundamental and founding principles of the United States of America. They offer an academic minor in freedom studies, scholarship opportunities for Ole Miss students that bring lots of networking potential. To learn more, contact Stephen Scoltetti or Rankin Sherling at freedom@olemiss.edu or visit independence.olemiss.edu.
Are you retiring soon? How long should you wait to take Social Security? What accounts should you pull from first? Are you already retired? Should you consider Roth conversions? These are just some of the questions that can only be answered with a personalized retirement income plan. Andrew Seago Wealth Management specializes in helping folks just like you come up with their retirement game plan. Whether you meet at his office in Collierville or prefer Zoom from anywhere, schedule a free discovery meeting. See what they can do for you. It's rebelsretire.com. Arnett's Fine Jewelry is a 4th-generation jeweler located in the old Lamons Jewelry Building on North Lamar Avenue in Oxford. They offer expert jewelry repair, diamond engagement rings, wedding bands, stackable diamonds, genuine stone bands, pearls, genuine color stones, diamond jewelry, flexible bangles, diamond pendants, earrings, and much, much more. At Arnett's, they want to be your jeweler. We're also brought to you by the College Corner. Got the regional this weekend. While you're coming up, you want to get stocked up for it, get all the gear, stop by the College Corner right there off of Sisk Avenue at the Oxford Commons. They'll take great care of you. All the gear you'll need for the regional this weekend, also for football season. They got autographed footballs, helmets, much, much more. 2 locations in Jackson as well as collegecornerstore.com. And we're brought to you by Argent Wealth. Argent is based in Ridgeland, Mississippi. They have clients in more than 20 states. They provide detailed, specialized investment management, financial planning, retirement planning for individuals and businesses, and much more. At Argent, investing is treated like a commodity. Decisions are made using objective information and research, not emotions. Regardless of your level of wealth, Argent will sit down with you, listen to your goals, study your expenses, put forth a comprehensive, detailed financial and retirement plan built just for you. It's myargentwealth.com.
Podcast is brought to you by G&M Pharmacy, 662-236-2222. They deliver locally in the Oxford area, and they offer MedSync to free prescriptions the same time each month and take care of you. One trip to the pharmacy, one delivery, everything you need when you need it with G&M. So again, whether you're in Tyson Drugs in Holly Springs or G&M in Oxford, 662-236-2222. Dr. Isaac Wolf, neurosurgeon, revisiting key testimony.
Yeah, he was on the stand last week.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
So you've already heard him talk.
Yeah, he likes to hear himself talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he enjoys it.
Is he more of an expert than the other cat that they had on a few weeks ago?
He's a brain surgeon. They had him on, and the defense asked him how often he sees dead brains, and he said not very often.
Oh, they asked that?
Yeah.
And that was like a key win?
It was kind of like you're talking about things that
don't actually fit what you're
might
doing.
not actually fit this particular situation here.
Are you giving UTSA, Kansas State, or Houston Christian any chance to knock off the Longhorns in Austin this weekend?
No.
UTSA plus 300.
I mean,
when that's your 2.
That's not great. It's not great conversation.
No, not really. They're moving on.
But no.
You're like, yeah, that's fine. They're gonna.
So Ole Miss, if it made Omaha, would play Texas on the first game in Omaha
Or UCLA.
or Texas. UCLA's good. UCLA's good, but I'd bet on Texas.
I don't like the bets on anybody for the regional and outside of Texas. UCLA minus 145, UC Irvine plus 290, Arizona State plus 360, and Fresno plus 1400. Okay. I know nothing really.
UCLA's got some good players. And they ran through the Big Ten. So would most of the SEC teams if given the opportunity.
I mean, UCLA going to now go play a Big Ten schedule. Had they not, that would have been significant. So, yeah, whatever. I don't care. But whatever.
I didn't hit a button. Sorry.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. All right, where else we going here? Fayetteville. I think they were a big, huge favorite in this regional from a money line standpoint. Yeah, the absolute biggest. Arkansas minus 700 in this regional.
Yeah, I don't think they're losing this regional.
Kansas got the 2. Dan Fitzgerald's done a phenomenal job.
Good team.
Phenomenal job.
They've been really good at home.
Yeah, they play in a bandbox. You hit the ball out of the ballpark. This is a step up.
A little bit.
Environment, the whole deal. Kansas plus 700. Creighton in the last year for their coach Ed Service, been there for a long time. He's
Is he related to Scott Service?
I don't know the answer to that.
They spell it the same way.
Do they?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Servivais.
Okay. I don't know. Scott Service's daughter went to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Creighton plus 1,200. North Dakota State 4,000. The Bison coming in.
Yeah. I like Arkansas's chances of getting out of that regional.
At least they call it the Bison and not the Bisons like Lipscomb. So I'm already liking them a little more.
Although Arkansas's had some weird NCAA tournament stuff here the last few years, but it feels like they win this regional.
Matched up with the Knoxville regional.
That felt intentional.
314, Vitello, Van Horn next weekend.
They just played 3 games in Fayetteville not so long ago.
You think somebody had fun with that one a little bit?
Kind of felt manipulated.
Now, I will say this. Tennessee had to play some SEC school because they were one of the bottom 4 host, and the top 4 were SEC schools. Now, I would have put North Carolina at 4 instead of Auburn.
Yeah.
They really gave Auburn a lot of credit for RPI, strength of schedule. But that's a 16-win SEC national seed.
Yeah.
And gets the 4. So that felt odd to me. Let's put it that way. Knoxville, Wake Forest plus 360. If you like the Damon Deacons.
Okay, here's one.
All right.
I don't hate that.
Yeah. Tom Walter's group's not going to get freaked out. They're not going to play into the crap there in Tennessee.
They're going to pitch it well.
They are.
And sometimes Tennessee goes pretty stagnant offensively.
Is Tennessee holding Doyle? The Miami of Ohio Redhawks.
He hasn't been very good lately.
And you can knock him out of the ball. You can hit home runs off of him. He gives up a lot of fly balls that, especially in Knoxville, get out of that damn park.
And he loses his cool so fast.
That dude.
I'm not ripping on him. I don't know him. I mean,
what's so weird in Oxford is he's acting all aggrieved, and it's like they tried to pay you and keep you. What are you pissed off about?
Yeah. But I mean, I just, it's just an observation. But he's gotten hit the last few times he's pitched.
Oh.
I don't hate Wake here. I don't know that I would pick Wake, but if you're like
just throwing the flyer.
If you're throwing $10 at something, I wouldn't hate $10 to win 36 on Wake. They're not going to fall for all the crap. They're just going to go play. They're not a great offensive team, but they'll pitch it.
It is a 2-team regional in Baton Rouge. Can Dallas Baptist find a way past LSU? Those are the only teams that are any good at all.
Can they? Yes. Will they? Probably not.
LSU got an incredibly weak 3 seed and 4 seed. Rhode Island, the 3. Arkansas, Little Rock, with all due respect to the Trojans who kept Ole Miss out of a national seed this season because of the Kid Day game that day. Because that was an RPI blow that killed you.
Yeah.
Just saying. The one quad 4 loss that the Rebels had this year. Credit to them. They went through and won whatever that league is. There. What is that? Is that the Ohio? Is that the OVC? No. What is it? What are they in?
They're in the one with like Lipscomb, right?
Yeah, but
Is that the Ohio Valley?
I'd stop. I don't.
It's the Ohio Valley.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Little Rock plus 4,000. Rhode Island.
Does Ohio even have a valley?
Doesn't feel like a valley-ish, does it?
No.
LSU minus 390. Dallas Baptist plus 290. That's the regional. If you think the Patriots can find a way through Baton Rouge.
Probably like the Tigers.
I told you, I always pull for Dallas Baptist for some reason. It's like my weird team. I find one in every sport, and that's typically one that I like in baseball. So,
okay,
their coach is good. I like him.
And they're matched up with Clemson.
Yeah, they're matched up with Clemson. Eric Bakich's boys. Let's see, where is that at? Where's the Clemson regional? There it is. Okay, not bad. West Virginia is the 2, Kentucky's the 3, and USC Upstate is the 4.
I'm just laughing at ESPN. They shift their talking narrative so fast. Yesterday it was Thunder exposed. Today is, are Thunder a super team in the making? It's like, guys.
Bouncing around like a rubber ball.
Mean, just.
I don't like Kentucky to come out. I'm out on Kentucky winning this regional. So.
With Clemson?
Yeah, no.
No.
Clemson's winning the regional.
Yeah.
They'll move on and probably lose to LSU.
I was glad Kentucky made the tournament. They deserved to make the tournament. I was glad they weren't punished.
Top 10 strength of schedule, 13 SEC wins, you're in. In today's world,
you should be.
You are in.
You should be. Look, the league's tough, man. There's no gimmies.
I mean, and then the last one is Tallahassee, Florida State. They are here.
Ohio does have a valley.
There you go. Okay.
There you go.
They get the Northeastern Huskies, who have been rolling through everybody for a couple months now. They've won 27 in a row, I believe.
Okay.
They are a 2 seed.
Yep.
Is that the Colonial? Is that correct?
Good. Sounds good.
Their coach is really good. He'll be somewhere else soon. He's done a hell of a job up there.
Alma mater of the late Reggie Lewis.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
They open up with the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Mississippi State plus
Street
300 to win this regional. Northeastern plus 230 to win this regional. Florida State minus 125. What?
I don't hate the plus 300 there for State.
You like State?
Don't hate it. They'll play loose.
Would you pick it?
No, but I don't hate like $10 on it. If I'm just throwing $10 at something.
The winner of the Tallahassee regional heads to Corvallis, Oregon, assuming Oregon State wins. But they got to deal with TCU. Good number 2 there from the Big 12. USC gets back into the postseason. They're the 3 seed, and then St. Mary's is the 4.
For some reason, I don't think Oregon State's going to win their regional.
Okay.
Just always feels like when you're like the default last team, somebody like almost feels sorry for you because the map looks so Southern.
That we're going to go throw you up there?
That you end up getting the L.
State's still talking a lot about Brian O'Connor. I have no idea if it's real or not, but I flipped on Sports Talk with Hey Dad and Borky yesterday, and they were still talking about it.
I mean, Hey Dad would probably have some sourcing.
Mm-hmm. And Virginia did not get into the field, so he is now thus available. Should.
So if you're Mississippi State, there's your consolation. If you don't win this weekend, you can move on quickly.
Last 4 in was Arizona State, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and Southern Cal. First 4 out, Southeastern Louisiana. So the commissioners, the head of the thing's team was the first team out.
That's going to be an awkward meeting when they meet
back
up
with the head coach in a minute.
Yeah.
Troy, Connecticut, Jim Penders almost got back in, and Virginia are the first 4 out of the field.
If you're O'Connor, do you take the Mississippi State job? I mean, it's a better job at this point.
In this, okay, it depends what's more important. Am I trying to win, or am I trying to make sure the statue doesn't get any different when I retire at Virginia? How much I got left in the tank? What do I want to do? I got a title.
Yeah.
I'm a legend there.
Yeah.
But my resources have dwindled so much.
They're not going to fire me.
Oh, ever.
But I'm not probably winning
Get
anymore.
into the SEC.
Probably.
There are 15 jobs that automatically are making you better than almost damn near everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a topic for tomorrow, but Greg Sankey was good and pissed off when he spoke to the media yesterday. He was mad at the Big 12 and the ACC with their pandering and the press releases. He had a point.
Oh, he's not wrong.
You guys go ahead with your good for the game press release.
I mean, he made
thing like
I did like his one quote where he said, if I signed up for that, I probably wouldn't be standing here talking to you.
Yeah, he has constituents. That's what matters.
He has 16 of them.
He doesn't need to make you happy, ACC. That's not his goal. But he's shown so much more restraint than a lot of people would in his position.
Yeah, I'm quickly losing the restraint because I look at it and go, all right, so I'm serious for a minute. We can do this in basketball where we just take the best teams.
Uh-huh.
We can do this in baseball where we just take the best teams. Is football so special that you just can't take the best teams? Why?
Because he wasn't wrong by going, even on a 4-team automatic, I'm potentially harming myself here, guys.
No, he's not potentially harming himself. He is harming himself. The 3-6 game, if the 3 loses to the 6, and that happens in the SEC. If the 4 loses to the 5, 2 teams that won't be a hill of beans difference from one another.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't have been shocked last year if Tennessee had lost to Ole Miss or South Carolina or whoever the hell would have been the 6th seed.
Or vice versa. Right.
Yeah. Right.
That's my point.
Because the 4 teams in the playoff play-in last year, in whatever order or however they would have played, would have been Ole Miss, Tennessee, South Carolina, and Alabama.
And those 4 teams could all beat each other on a given day.
Yeah, whatever.
Period. Get mad if you want. I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of difference in the SEC from 3 to 7. And if 7 SEC teams are among the 16 best, well, then put them in the damn tournament. Why is this complicated?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about it more tomorrow.
It's dumb.
Minus 295.
And I'm with BWL. I'm just telling you, I know this play-in weekend will get a lot of hype.
Uh-huh.
And everybody's going to love it until your team plays in it and loses.
And then you're pissed.
And then you're like, this is dumb. Because
it's dumb.
It's dumb.
Yeah. Just put us in the field. Would you go minus 295 on an SEC team winning the College World Series?
Yeah.
You feel like it's free money at 3-1?
Yes.
Or 1-3?
So I get the SEC. So I get Vanderbilt, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Georgia, Florida. Yes.
Yeah, you get all them.
Sign me up. Yes.
Okay. ACC plus 430. You'd be counting on North Carolina to go on a run, basically.
I'm basically going North Carolina against the field.
Yeah. Maybe Clemson if something crazy happened, but probably not.
I'm going North Carolina versus the field, which is a dumb bet.
Any other conference plus 560.
I'm taking UCLA or Oregon against
or some Cinderella or Coastal.
Sure. Against the field. No, give me the Bigfoot. I mean, look, if you let me have a quartet of SEC teams, I'll just do it.
If you could name the finalist, let's see. You can actually name finalists for odds. Who you got? Let's look at what the odds would be.
Vanderbilt is my first.
Okay.
I don't hate LSU. They can really pitch it. Little worried about their offense if I'm trying to pick them to win the title. I think I'd say the exact same thing about Ole Miss.
Vanderbilt and Arkansas playing each other is plus 1,400. Vanderbilt and Clemson playing each other is 3,700. Vanderbilt Dallas Baptist plus 11,000. Vanderbilt Duke plus 19,000.
I'd have to have the bracket in front of me.
Vanderbilt Georgia plus 2,800. Vanderbilt and LSU plus 2,300. $100 for a little over $2,000 if LSU and Vanderbilt just happen to run into each other.
So Arkansas's the 3, right? LSU's the 6. They would play each other in the first round in Omaha if they both made it. Is that correct?
Who's that?
Is LSU the 6? Arkansas's the 3?
I think that's right. Hold on.
Texas is the 2.
I think that's correct.
I think. Here's my prediction.
Yeah.
The Ole Miss side of the College World Series is going to be all SEC. It's either going to be Arkansas or Tennessee, LSU, either Ole Miss or Georgia, and it's going to be Texas.
Okay. Yeah, 2-7-3-6. That.
So there's a world where you have in Omaha on that day Arkansas, LSU, and then Ole Miss, Texas.
Omaha says,
oh, God.
Please.
Someone in Omaha just felt something.
Everyone, please.
The people making Jell-O shots are like, we better start now. Holy shit.
Oh, God.
I mean, that would be one side of the bracket. That's not a stretch.
It's not even a stretch at all.
I mean, do you know how fast the people in Omaha, if you could say Texas, Arkansas, LSU, and Ole Miss all in one side of a bracket? One of those teams.
Those four are all playing on that Sunday or Saturday or whatever the hell day it is.
Somebody in Omaha will go, I don't give a damn who wins out of that group. Just bring them. Because at least two of those is going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
And one's in the final.
In the final.
Yeah, they're in.
Yeah. You don't care which one?
They don't give a damn. I wouldn't care at all.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, hey, we need to make sure we order a lot of beer.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine that? That's a real thing.
Well, I didn't even factor in Vanderbilt could be there.
I was just talking about one side of the bracket.
Yeah.
Oh, the other side of the bracket is Vandy. Who's the 4? Who's
Auburn.
Auburn.
Florida. It's Auburn or Florida.
Auburn or Florida. Who's the 5?
Is there a real North Carolina, that deal?
And North Carolina's not matched up with any SEC, right?
No, it would take Oklahoma coming out of that
That's not real.
pairing.
And then the 8 is going to be
Oregon State.
Going to be a West team in all likelihood.
There's not that Mississippi State's the only SEC team in that 8-10.
No, there's a world where you get 6 SEC teams. The 4.
It's a real world where Omaha is Vanderbilt, Texas, Arkansas, or Tennessee if it's not.
Yep.
Auburn or Florida.
Yep.
Not really. LSU.
Yep.
Georgia or Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And
6
then a
of the
West
8.
team. Yeah, 6 of 8. That's what I was going to say.
That's got a chance.
With 4 of them in that one quartet over there where you're just getting SEC matchups day after day after day after day. It's unfair to the SEC. I kind of hate it for them.
But it is what it
is. Is what it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you put those 4 in a hat.
Who knows? Depends on the day.
It's a lottery.
All right, we'll take a final break, come back, hit some more notes. For do that, NE Spark, the fastest, most reliable fiber internet option available, whether you're streaming the Rebels or connecting with family and friends. They offer both residential and business packages with speeds up to 2 gigabits. To learn more, register for service. That's nespark.com. NeSpark, get connected, stay local.
We're brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. John's part of Virtuoso. It's a worldwide network of travel partners that allows John to supply his clients with added values, unique benefits simply not available to other travelers. He's been traveling the globe for 37 years before he even got into the business. He knows the extra attention that's needed to make a special trip, one that creates a lifetime of unique memories. So get in touch with him. Give him some parameters. Give him a budget. He'll give you options you probably won't find on your own. 901-494-3387 or send him an email at jedwards@regencytravel.net. Get the beautiful, healthy smile you deserve at Corinth Dental. Dr. Bubba McQueen, Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile using conservative, state-of-the-art procedures that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. From routine checkups to advanced treatment, including implants and Invisalign, Corinth Dental is here to help you. I'm just imagining the LSU Arkansas crowd is just bonkers. Here to help you achieve your smile goals. Schedule your appointment today. Take the first step toward a better version of yourself at corinthdental.com. LSU's there. They'll probably bring a whole lot of Parish Brewing Company beers. So if you can find one, you should buy one. They're absolutely fantastic. And wherever you look for beer, look for Parish Brewing Company. They've got Dr. Juice. They've got Ghost in the Machine, Envy, Cane Break, so much more. It's absolutely fantastic beer. Wherever you look for beer, look for Parish Brewing Company. And we're brought to you by Art Hayes, Sotheby's International Realty. Are you thinking of making a move? Put the power of Sotheby's to work for you as a licensed agent with Sotheby's International Realty and a supporter of all things Ole Miss. Art can help you buy or sell in your hometown or anywhere in the world at no charge to you. Seriously, so call and ask Art how. 612-805-5929 or email art@arthur.hayes@lakesmn.com.
Ask what's the worst case scenario for the SEC if it's 2. I'll be shocked if there's only 2 SEC teams in Omaha.
Yeah,
that would require.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
I mean, that would require like Duke and Tech to win regionals.
Look, I kind of know what I saw all year, and I'll be surprised if I'm wrong. And maybe I'll be wrong.
Well, I mean, we kind of saw it in Hoover, too, from a pitching standpoint. It just looked different than everybody else's conference tournaments. Yeah. It was arm after arm after arm. Like LSU, it's Saturday, and they got the guy coming in like the 7th, and he's like 102. And it's like, what the hell was that?
With movement.
It's like.
That cat was spinning it. Somebody was like, we can't hit it all. I'm like, dude, these are not comfortable at-bats. I mean, I don't know how to break this to you, but like, that's hard. Like the one dude came in, he looked like he was throwing slower, and you looked up, he's 99, and you're like, dude. But that kid, the Shores kid, came in like 101, 102.
He was a big-time prospect. Like, he's real. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why there were 52 guns down there. Like the whole damn major leagues was down there.
Yeah.
All going, yes.
Yes.
All they were writing on the thing was, yes, we should absolutely take him. No, I mean, look, I mean, I laughed so hard because it's just fandom, and I get it. They suck. I mean, no, they don't suck. Nobody sucks. Nobody sucks.
No, it's just arm after arm after arm after arm.
I mean, the truth was like, that Florida game with Ole Miss, that was well pitched.
Mm-hmm.
The Arkansas game, Aloy boots the double play ground ball right there in the first inning.
Yeah, which even if otherwise all falling never comes up, so it doesn't matter.
Who knows what that game was about to be? I think it was about to be a really low scoring game. But even after Arkansas gave up the 5, they threw quality arms the rest of the way. Mm-hmm. You just get arms. The Vanderbilt Ole Miss game. Those were end-of-the-line guys, and the pitching was really good.
Yeah, because Vanderbilt threw Fennell on Saturday to make sure they got the run rule. They brought their number 3 in on Saturday.
They hate Tennessee. That was personal.
Everybody hates Tennessee.
I mean, Corbin wouldn't admit it, but his championship
was Saturday. Yeah. Had he lost to Mike, he'd be like, all right, whatever. It's fine.
He'd have been fine with it.
Yeah. Saturday, though.
Because both Mike and Tim on Sunday just pitched for the betterment of their teams, their programs. Saturday was a little more personal.
Yeah.
It just was. I'm going to tell you this now. If it's Tennessee, Arkansas, and Fayetteville, I mean, there's people in the league that probably don't like Dave Van Horn, but I don't know that there's anybody in the league who doesn't.
Everybody's doing the pig suey on the weekend.
I don't know that there's anybody in the league who doesn't respect him.
Yeah.
And the Tennessee thing has hit a point where it's about respect.
Boy.
It's about respect. People don't respect them.
No.
That deal's gotten weird.
They are very fortunate they got to Saturday in Hoover because they were not hosting early in the week. Everybody was going to go out.
Yeah.
No. Peace out.
I don't hate Wake Forest. I'm just going to tell you that. Something about Tennessee's weird.
I thought it was interesting yesterday. I wrote about it. Mike's quotes about playing the late game on Friday. 4 SEC teams playing the late game, 4 SEC teams playing the early game out of the 8 hosts this weekend. And it's not attendance-based. LSU, Arkansas, Texas playing early games, along with somebody who's I'm forgetting out of that group. And then Ole Miss, one of the 4 playing the night game over the course of the weekend. He said essentially that he was doing it for the fans. He thought playing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday was not fair to the people who
I respected that.
Come do their game.
And I understand why other people do it. You get off your feet earlier and get a little more rest for the next day.
Yeah, LSU has done it under Maneri and now Jay Johnson. I was talking to Matt Moscona about it yesterday because I was trying to find a Jay Johnson quote on why he was playing early. And Matt said that, they've said multiple times they do it for a couple of reasons. One, LSU people show up anyway, so it has not changed the attendance very much.
Yeah.
And he said it's more rest between games, but he said also if weather comes in at some point, you're not beholden to it. If there's some delay that sends it into the night, you're finishing early even in that context that they thought. Because he said this time of year, South Louisiana could get some thunderstorms and stuff pop up, and suddenly you're in a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
So that was one of the reasons. Georgia, Texas, Arkansas, and LSU playing early. Ole Miss, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, and Auburn playing late is how they are.
I get both arguments.
Yeah, Ole Miss has never played early, ever.
I mean, Mike's answer was
fine. I mean, it was appropriate for the situation.
Made tons of sense. He said, if you lose, you're turning around playing the next morning, but don't lose.
That was his answer.
I was like, yeah, fair enough.
That was his answer.
I mean, okay.
3-7 on Friday, 1-5 on Saturday, maybe 2-6 on Sunday, something like that. I don't know. And then the if necessary game is to be determined because it depends how many if necessary games there are for TV on Monday. But Friday and Saturday are 3-7 and 1-5. I know that for sure. Ole Miss softball headed to Oklahoma City for the College World Series for the first time. They dispatched of Arkansas in 3 games in Fayetteville over the weekend. There's been a lot of buzz about it. Yeah, I don't see any way it's not the most successful overall athletic season in Ole Miss program history. It doesn't take a historian to go through the numbers and figure that out. In addition to all the team sports, and if I have this right, and if I'm wrong on one, I apologize. I think everybody made the NCAA tournament except for soccer and men's tennis. I think that's right when I'm going through the math in my head. You've got 2 Sweet 16s. You've got a 10-win football season. You've got baseball hosting a regional. You got softball in the College World Series. You have both golfs advancing to the national championships. You have 3 individual national championships between the rifle athlete, between Tarek, the thrower on the track team that wins every damn thing always. I think he has 3 national championships at this point. And then Michael Lasasso for golf yesterday. Men's golf still playing for a potential national championship possibility. It's been varied in throughout the note on that. Yeah, postseason teams all but 2 because volleyball made the round of 32 and beat Florida State in the first round of the NCAA tournament as well. So it's been whatever there. Ole Miss opens on Thursday in Oklahoma City against Texas Tech. And a pitcher that has gained a ton of news over the course of the year. She is the $1,050,024 NIL pitcher for Texas Tech. She got $1 million in cash. She got $50,000 in living expenses, and she got an extra $24 because that was her jersey number in the NIL package. Najari Kennedy is her name. I think she's 20-something and 5 on the season. She was at Stanford. She was an All-American. She had carried the Cardinal to 2 World Series appearances and now got paid by a family at Texas Tech to head to the Red Raiders.
That's loving some softball right
there.
I
mean, and it's one of those deals where everybody's like kind of griping about it, but the money I don't think was going anywhere if nothing for that. And I'm like, spend it on whatever you want. Sure. I mean, probably not what I would do, but sure.
No, it's
fine.
It's your money.
Your money.
Do what you want.
And it's paid off. Your goal was to get Texas Tech to the College World Series. They are in the College World Series.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, the only team from the SEC on its side of the bracket. All 4 teams on the other side are in the SEC.
Okay.
So it's 5 teams, I believe, in the field. Oklahoma, Texas, Tennessee, and Florida.
Okay.
On the other side. And then Ole Miss, Texas Tech. Did Oregon or Liberty win? Am I losing you on this?
Yeah.
Okay. One or the other. Here, let me get a bracket.
I'm happy for everybody. I just haven't kept up with softball.
Yeah, no, it's cool. No big deal. Yeah, Florida and Texas play on Thursday. Tennessee and Oklahoma play on Thursday. Texas Tech and Ole Miss play. No, sorry. No, that's right. Yeah, Texas Tech and Ole Miss play on Thursday, and Oregon and UCLA play on Thursday. UCLA beat South Carolina in 3 games in that Super Regional.
Feels like UCLA's always in it.
They are a historic power. Yes, That is correct. They were the number 9 overall seed. Ole Miss, the only non-national seed to advance to the College World Series. So a little bit there. Ole Miss and Texas Tech play at 7 p.m. on ESPN2 on Thursday. They're all 4 games on Thursday for the opening round. Florida and Texas at noon. Tennessee, Oklahoma at 2:30. Ole Miss, Texas Tech at 7. And Oregon, UCLA at 9:30. I do not know if those times are Eastern or Central. So
probably Central.
I would assume, but I don't
know. 9:30 is a late start.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But either way, that is the That is the bracket. So Ole Miss headed there. And I tweeted this out. That program was so bad for so long. It's kind of remarkable. I had this stat because I looked it up to make sure I was true. I was right. They did not score a run in the SEC tournament until 2016. It
also shows you the power of the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
You can just turn something around so fast now just by landing a handful of people out of the portal. I'm not minimizing the accomplishment. I'm just saying it's a different path now.
100%.
You know,
well, it's every sport. And you're just seeing that in some ways there's continuity inside the conference, but there's not a ton of, parity, but there's not a ton. Actually, look at the golf, and we'll close here. This morning when they start these quarterfinals, 8 teams left in the men's golf, 7 of the top 8 made the quarterfinals in golf. And that's a sport with high levels of variance because you're talking about just 3 or 4 days on a course. Malloy tells us all the time he coaches the dumbest sport in the world because it just depends on 5 guys in one day.
Right.
Best team doesn't win most of the time. And the top 7 schools in the rankings coming into the NCAA tournament are all still alive in match play. The one that isn't is LSU at number 8. They didn't even get out of regionals, so they didn't advance to the tournament. Number 9, Florida State, was 1 shot out to Ole Miss. And then number 10 got in. So it's 1 through 7 and 10 are the 8 teams that are playing for the national title this morning in men's golf. Ole Miss was number 3 coming into the event. So anyway, they are teeing off in 6 minutes.
It is kind of random.
It's completely random.
Yeah.
Like it's. Well, Lasasso yesterday, he's on like his 4th or 5th hole from the finish. He hits a drive, does the whole 4 left thing. He thinks he's hit it out of the country, and it hits something, comes back in, hits the cart path, rides the cart path 50 yards down the course, and then flip-flops into the fairway. So instead of potentially being out of bounds or out in the woods, he's like 170 yards in on a par 5 and has a clean angle with a 6-iron or whatever at that point. So sometimes it just works out. Yeah. All right. We will wrap it there.
If you're going to Oklahoma City on Wednesday, you could go to Game 5. I don't know what the get-in prices are.
I bet they're not good. Well, they're good for Oklahoma City, but they're not good in general.
Probably a little steep.
Yeah. Neal will let you know how that is before he heads on out to the park there in OKC. So we'll have to be remote later in the week. But
nope.
Oh, sorry. All right, fine. MPW Digital, a lot of stuff up. Brian and Colin broke down some more baseball stuff. We got more things coming to you as the week moves on. So everybody has a good day. Take care, and we'll talk to you in the morning.